Hollywood is in grief tonight. Beloved actress and timeless icon Diane Keaton, the woman who gave us Annie Hall, The Godfather and The First Wives Club, has passed away at 79. But what really happened in her final months? From retreating from the spotlight to selling the dream home she swore she'd never leave, this is the heartbreaking story of Diane Keaton's quiet goodbye, and the $100 million legacy she leaves behind. Just a few months ago, Diane looked happy and healthy. In April, she shared what would become her final Instagram post, celebrating National Pet Day with her darling dog Reggie. Fans had no idea that this sweet, simple video would be her last message to the world. Then on Saturday night, a family spokesperson confirmed the devastating news. Diane Keaton had passed away suddenly at the age of 79. No cause was immediately shared, but friends said her decline was very sudden and heartbreaking for everyone who loved her. In recent years, Diane had quietly stepped back from Hollywood life. Her last public spotting was over a year ago, at Beverly Hills hotspot Mr. Chow, for an exclusive dinner hosted by designer Thom Browne in Saks Fifth Avenue. Wearing her signature checkered suit, a wide buckle belt and her classic black fedora, Diane was glowing, laughing, raising a glass of wine, posing for photos. No one could have imagined it would be her last public event. Before that, she had one final red carpet appearance at New York Fashion Week in September 2023, attending Ralph Lauren's show at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and then cheering from the stands at the US Open, watching Coco Gauff take on Aryna Sabalenka. Those who knew her said, even longtime friends weren't fully aware of what was happening. Her final months were spent quietly, surrounded only by close family, away from the cameras, away from the chaos of fame. Just 9 months before her passing, Diane was spotted shopping in Brentwood, close to her stunning dream home she once said she'd never move out of. But just 3 months later, fans were shocked when she put that beloved home on the market. Why? No one really knows. This was the home she'd poured her heart into, the same one she wrote about in her book The House That Pinterest Built. After buying it, Diane spent almost 8 years renovating it to perfection, brick by brick, inspired by the Three Little Pigs. As a child, she told her mom she wanted to live in a brick house, just like the third Little Pig's indestructible home. And that's exactly what she did. When she finally moved in back in 2017, she said in an interview, "Something's right because I love it." But earlier this year, she quietly listed the 5-bedroom, 7-bath mansion for $29 million. Neighbors said Diane loved her Brentwood neighborhood. For years, she kept a fixed routine, walking her dog Reggie every morning, always wearing her signature hat and oversized sunglasses. She'd smile, chat, laugh, and even talk to Reggie like he was a person. But in the months before her death, she'd stopped those daily walks. She was always so kind and funny, a neighbor shared. There was just something so old-school Hollywood about her. She was one of a kind. Diane Keaton didn't just leave behind a body of work. She left behind a fortune. Her net worth is estimated at over $100 million, built from decades of iconic roles and smart real estate investments. She was a real estate genius, flipping homes for millions in profit. She bought a Laguna Beach mansion for $7.5 million and sold it 2 years later for $12.75 million. Then a Pacific Palisades home she purchased for $5.6 million and sold for $6.9 million. And in Tucson, Arizona, she turned a $1.5 million buy into $2.6 million just 2 years later. A true artist, on and off the screen. Diane never married, but she became a mom in her 50s, adopting 2 children, Dexter and Duke. She raised them as a single mother and was endlessly proud of them. It's likely they'll inherit the majority of her $100 million estate. Diane Keaton wasn't just an actress, she was a movement. From her quirky, unforgettable La-di-da in Annie Hall.
Oh well, la-di-da, la-di-da, la.
From Kay Adams in The Godfather, she defined generations of women on screen. Her performances in Red's, Marvin's Room, Something's Gotta Give, and The First Wives Club are still celebrated as some of Hollywood's best. She won her first Oscar for Annie Hall in 1978, and in her signature humble style simply said, "This is something." Born Diane Hall in 1946 in Los Angeles, she grew up inspired by her creative parents. Her mom, a homemaker and photographer, and her dad, a real estate developer. She discovered her passion for theater and singing early, dropped out of college and moved to New York to chase her dream. When she joined the Actors Union, there was already another Diane Hall, so she took her mother's maiden name, Keaton. Her early stage work included Hair and Woody Allen's Play It Again, Sam, earning her a Tony nomination. By 1972, she'd become a household name after The Godfather. Diane's love life was as fascinating as her career, linked to Woody Allen, Al Pacino, and Warren Beatty. She once wrote about Allen saying, "He was so hip, but it was his gestures, his humor that got me." Even after their breakup, they remained lifelong friends and collaborators. In the late 80s, Diane began working closely with director Nancy Meyers, creating hits like Baby Boom, Father of the Bride, and Something's Gotta Give. Her character in Something's Gotta Give even inspired the viral coastal grandmother aesthetic. All white sweaters, Hampton's charm, and timeless style. She continued acting well into her 70s, starring in The Family Stone, Book Club, and Morning Glory. In 2017, Diane received the AFI Life Achievement Award, calling it the wedding, retirement party, and big bash I never had. She added softly, "I'm deeply grateful." Diane Keaton was one of a kind, eccentric, warm, endlessly stylish, and full of spirit. From her bowler hats to her fearless independence, she never followed trends, she created them. As fans around the world celebrate her life, one thing's for sure. Diane Keaton didn't just leave behind movies, she left behind magic. What's your favorite Diane Keaton movie or memory? Let's celebrate her incredible legacy together. Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Hollywood stories and heartfelt tributes.